27 BC. Rome was exhausted by civil wars, living out the final days of a turbulent republic. A man emerged. He possessed neither the ambition of a commander nor the ruthlessness of a dictator. He would change his very name, take Rome from a city of brick and transform it into an empire of marble and shape the entire world. His name was Augustus. But at the beginning of this story, he was just a sickly, frail young man named Gaius Octavius. So how did this young man, once dismissed by everyone, become the most powerful emperor in history? In this video, we'll dive into the incredible story of Augustus, the man who single-handedly built Rome. Augustus was born in Rome in 63 BC, originally named Gaius Octavius. His father died at an early age, but his great-uncle Julius Caesar adopted him. It all began in 44 BC. Rome's most powerful man, the dictator Julius Caesar, was assassinated in the Senate. The world was plunged into chaos, however, by a twist of fate. This assassination led to the emergence of Caesar's young nephew and adopted heir, the 19-year-old Octavius. Octavius came to Rome. He claimed Caesar's legacy, but no one took him seriously. Would this young man, already ill, even survive much longer? Yet beneath Octavius's frail body lay a sharp mind and incredible willpower. Octavius first formed an alliance of vengeance against Caesar's killers. Together with Mark Antony and Lepidus, they formed the Second Triumvirate. Their goal was simple: hunt down Caesar's killers, Brutus and Cassius, and seize Rome. The Triumvirate achieved its goal, but now Rome was divided in two. Mark Antony controlled the east, while Octavian controlled the west. Power struggle was inevitable. Mark Antony had fallen under the spell of Queen Cleopatra of Egypt. Octavian portrayed this situation to Rome as Antony's betrayal. Public opinion was filled with fear that Rome would bow to Egypt. This tension reached its peak in 31 BC with the Battle of Actium, which took place off the coast of Greece. This battle was not just a naval battle, it was also a showdown that would determine the future of Rome. Octavian's clever generals, Marcus Agrippa, Lucius Aruntius, Marcus Lurius, would defeat the combined fleet of Antony and Cleopatra. Agrippa, Octavian's admiral, famous for his heroism, crossed the Ionian Sea, captured the naval base at Methone, and drove Marcus Antonius's forces from the island of Corfu, keeping Antony's army occupied. This allowed Caesar's heir to land his army of 80,000 soldiers and 12,000 cavalry on the Greek coast without encountering any obstacles, and to reach the city of Turin in Epirus within a few days. Octavian's army managed to surround most of the enemy ships gathered in the Ambracian Gulf near Actium, a Greek port city. Marcus Antonius, who had not anticipated his rival's rapid advance, soon had to contend with food shortages due to his supply lines being cut off, and he also lost many soldiers to desertion. While Antonius's army weakened in the swampy climate of Actium due to disease and starvation, Octavian was safely resupplying in the healthy highlands. The long siege increased desertions. Cleopatra proposed a naval battle, while Canidius advocated retreating by land. Antonius ultimately accepted Cleopatra's plan and decided to engage in a naval battle. In the battle that took place on September 2nd BC, Octavian's numerically superior fleet, using Agrippa's tactics, immobilized Antonius's heavy ships. During the clash, Cleopatra managed to break away with 60 ships. Antonius followed her, escaping with the treasure. Most of the army surrendered. Seeing defeat, Antony and Cleopatra fled to Egypt. Octavian's army pursued them. Rather than surrender to Octavian, the pair chose suicide. With this event, Octavian was left without rivals. There was now no one in Rome to challenge him. The end of the Republic had come, and the fate of Rome was in the hands of a single man. When Octavius seized power, he did not want to be seen as a monster in the eyes of the people. Appearing to respect republican values, he declared himself princeps, or first citizen. In 27 B.C., the Senate gave him the title Augustus. This meant exalted or sacred. And from that moment on, Octavius was succeeded by Emperor Augustus. Augustus's reign went down in history as Pax Romana, or Roman peace. This period, which lasted 200 years, was Rome's most stable, peaceful, and prosperous era. Augustus was not only a military leader, but also a great administrator. He built roads, bridges, and aqueducts throughout the country. As he famously said, "I found a city of brick, and I left it a city of marble." Art and literature flourished during his reign. Virgil's Aeneid and Horace's poems were all written during this period. Augustus rebuilt Rome not only as a geography, but also as a civilization. Despite being a successful emperor, Augustus's personal life was full of drama. His private life was as attention-grabbing as his public life. His first wife, Scribonia, bore him a daughter, Julia, but the marriage was short-lived. He then married Livia, who became his greatest supporter. He married Julia to his son Tiberius, planning to pass the throne to him. However, intrigues within the family were never absent. Julia's scandals put Augustus in a difficult position. The scandals and exile of his beloved daughter Julia affected him deeply. The nephews and grandchildren he had designated as his heirs died one by one. Yet he remained unbroken and continued to serve Rome. He rebuilt Rome. He laid the foundations of the Colosseum and regulated society with moral laws. When he died in 14 B.C. at the age of 76, Rome was grateful to him. Before he died, he said, "I played well, applaud me." Augustus left behind more than just an empire. He invented the concept of emperor. The systems he established became a road map for the emperors who would rule Rome for hundreds of years. When Augustus ascended the throne, there was no trace of a republic left in Rome. He transformed Rome from chaos into an empire. Pax Romana brought 200 years of peace. Art, architecture, and culture reached their peak. Instead of ruling the country as a dictatorship, he transformed it into an empire and left a legacy that would last for thousands of years. Even today, as we wander among Rome's magnificent ruins, we bear witness to Augustus's genius, grandeur, and the incredible will that built Rome. So, what are your thoughts on Augustus, whom you see as one of history's greatest leaders? Share them with us in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications.